Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I am going to talk about serverless Firebase development challenge lab. So let's go ahead and follow the steps. So let me first start the lab. So what I'll do now, let me open the new tab, sign in with a username and password. Click on I understand. This is the basic process. Click on no thanks. Click on check agree and continue. Then what we will do next, just to open the cloud shell. This is the Google Cloud Shell to interact with Google Cloud Platform. And also you can open the editor. So now I open editor. And the text file. Just let me create one lab dots. Just to create one directory for lab. Go to lab, create a file, dot sets. So here I create a folder, then I create a file. Here is my required step. Right. So what I'll do, I'll just update a couple of things based on the lab instruction. For example, here provision the environment. So this is the automation command, provision the environment, right? So let me do that. Authorize. Yes. Now just to check, gcloud config list. As you can see, the project and the account both are already set, right? So this is the command, automation command to check, set the environment. Right. So link the project, then clone the repo. Let me clone the repo. This is the command to clone the repo. Right now, challenge scenario: cloud run service, a service, API service, and front end service, and database Firestore native node. So task 1 to create a Firestore database. So now we'll create a database, right? So how to create Firestore? Let's go ahead and do that. Firestore, click on Firestore, then just click on database. Here there is two options, native mode and data store mode. So based on the lab instruction, we will take the native mode, and the location will take the United States. Select native mode, United States. All set. Alright, so now click on create. So creating database is creating now. Right. So then the next steps, once it is created, yes. Now the next step, so all set. Just to check the progress, completed. Task 2, populate the database. So use your DB admin, and this is the diagram. Okay, so populate the database. I will do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Now go to this path. Okay, let me font size little bit increase. Okay, so now I'm into Firebase input CSV solution. Then just input the file. This is the command to import the file. The CSV file will input. Once it is imported, through program or through console also you can input. As you can see, the input option is available. So now data is, you can see this amount of data record inputted. Check. So in this data already inputted, right? So data inputted, and the next steps, So now task 3 REST API. So now move on to the just check the task 2, all set, done. Now task 3, create a REST API. So now let's go ahead and create a REST API, right? So what we'll do, first we'll go to this path, and okay, so let me go back one more. Okay, so here page theory. Okay, go to Firebase REST API, go to Firebase REST API, then go to solution 1, solution 1. Okay, so I'm in the right track, right path. Yes. Okay, so let me clear. Okay, now I'm in right path. The next steps to npm install. Just put npm install. Then just have to create a environment variable along with the project. So let me create the environment variable and the which region we want to set the cloud run. Let me quickly check. Okay, let me set the default one. Solution. Okay, let me execute. So region and set the region and also environment variable we created, right? So now environment variable set. Now we'll build and deployment process will create. So build and deployment process in task 3. Okay, so this is my build process command. So first let me start the build. Yes. Now my build process started. So actually build process, when it will start, it will create a build and docker image and post that image into the artifact registry. So let me show you that one. Registry. Still it's in process. Container registry. Here we are using container registry. So let me search container registry. Already done. As you can see, REST API container image created and pushed into container registry. and this is the tag 0.1 tag. The size of the container 74.6 MB, right? So now let's go ahead and do that next process. So next process to deploy the Cloud Run. Asking to service name REST API. Okay. So REST API should be text dataset. Yes. So this is the process, and we'll check that. Once deployment done, we'll check. Now it's deploying the new service, creating the revision, routing the traffic, setting the IAM policy. All this is in process to complete the Cloud Run deployment. So as you can see quickly, the Cloud Run also. Cloud Run. As soon as you click on Cloud Run, here you can see the deployment started and it's going on. Right. So now once completed the deployment, we'll check. Now deployment done, and then this is the URL. Copy the URL. This is the one URL, and okay, all done. I can see Cloud Run deployment done. So now let's go ahead and do the next process. I'll check the service URL. So service URL environment variable we can set like this. Service URL. Now let me check the service URL equal to, okay, let quickly check here. So you need to set the environment variable, right? So service URL equal to, this is the URL, copy, set. Now let me check right? Now it's working properly. So once environment variable set, you can check the data is able to retrieve, right? Now let's go ahead and do the task 4. Okay, let me clear. Okay, so now it's clear the screen. Check the progress. Done. Now Firestore API access I need to create. So let's go ahead and create that. So the first steps, you go to this program path, just one step back, then cd solution 2, right? And here also you can see the uh, lab 6, and then the REST API solution was completed. Then now working with the solution 2, right? So now what we will do here, uh, install the use command npm install. Now it's done. So now let me go to start the build, the tag version 2. So now one more Docker image will created, that will be the tag number 0.2, right? So once done, then we'll run deploy. We'll do that, the cloud run deploy. Once it is completed, now go to the next steps. Now done. Now let me go ahead and deploy the cloud run, asking the API name. Based on the lab instruction, I'll put the service name. So it will start the deploying, creating the revision, routing the traffic, setting the IAM policy. So now it will just refresh. Yes, service task for is completed. Now let me create the environment variable service URL, right? So service URL, service URL. Now set environment variable set. Now fetch the record from the 19 record. As you can see, we can able to fetch the record, right? So it's working properly now. Now we check whether it is completed or not. Done. Now deploy the staging in the front end API. So okay, now go to this path, Firebase frontend. Let's go to this path. So, okay. So now let me back one step back. Now we'll check Firebase frontend. So cd Firebase frontend. Okay, cd public. Okay, so now I'm in this track. Now create one file. app.js. Okay, so here we'll update the REST API service, right? API service. REST API service, REST API service URL, REST API service URL. So REST API service URL on top, REST API service URL. Okay. API service URL. So just copy that and based on the lab instruction, hello. Okay. Okay, so what we'll do here, VIM. Okay, IAM plus minus LTR. Okay, so now we'll check app.js. So here I'll just update REST API Okay. Now saved. So after this process, then what we'll do, step 4. Okay, so 5. Okay, now we npm install. Public, then now go to front end. One step back, front end, now build. Okay, now build. Now creating the front end API image. Now it's done. Let's check quickly. Front end staging now created. Yes, the 0.1 and 55 MB Docker image created. Now clear. Now let's go ahead and do the deployment. Okay, so the name of this service should be this one. Some service. Okay, service name front end staging. Now the deployment is going on, and this is the front end URL. Copy. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start the deployment. Yeah, so deployment, let me check the deployment. Cloud run deployment. You see, this is the staging already just now deployed, right? So now let's go ahead for the next steps. The task 6, the production front-end deployment. Now we'll check this one. Well done. So just to access this one, we'll check accessible or not. Yeah, great. So now Move on to the task 6, deploy the production front end. And this is the whole architecture, right? And the deployment front end, the REST API service URL, and then the front end production 0.1, and then service name should be this. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do that. So front end production 0.1, cloud service 3, API. Okay. Production API. Okay. Front end production. Okay, so now what I'll have to do, service name, REST API service URL, and then go to public, update the front end application API in REST API, service URL. Okay, so that is done. Service URL. Content publish at theory x, it is done. Okay, so this is the one, this one updated, and this one is updated, f.s REST API, and the service URL you need to get the environment variable, that is done. So now it will work. So okay, so now put the value of H suggested. Let me put the value. Now it should deploy into the production. So now quickly check the Cloud Run service. You can see my production front end is ready and deployed. So all done successfully. You can see 100% completed, right? So how the lab will perform successfully. So I hope this video will be helpful, how you successfully complete this lab, right? So thank you for watching my YouTube channel, and I hope this challenges lab you can able to create successfully based on my guidance and steps what I illustrated. So thank you for watching my YouTube channel, and bye bye.